Join your hosts, Kenny and DJ, for your weekly dose of pro wrestling excitement.
Would you please stop the hell up?
From the latest news to heated debates, we got you covered. Every week, we dive into the world of professional wrestling, sharing our insights and opinions on the hottest topics. Plus, don't miss our top 3 winners and losers of the week. It's always a showdown.
What you gonna do when Hulkamania destroys you?
But here's what makes us different. We want you to feel like you're right here with us. Our goal is to make you a part of the show, because after all, wrestling is better when it's shared with friends. With 2 years of experience in the wrestling media scene, we're more than qualified to bring you the inside scoop and a fun and lively twist.
What the Rock is cooking?
Get ready for a funny, loud podcast where you're not just a listener, you're a valued member of the conversation. Welcome to the Call Up Podcast.
You're welcome.
What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Kenny and your boy DJ from the East to the West Coast. We bring you everything you want to know about the IWC and what everyone is talking about. DJ, let everybody know what time it is, my friend.
It's showtime, folks. It's your boy DJ coming to you live from Inglewood, where we had Drake's funeral a couple weeks ago. And now we got some Copa matches happening.
You know, it's funny that you bring up the Kendrick concert, because I was watching it and I was like, damn, it was a great concert. I like the fact that he brought in a lot of the West Coast artists to come in and like showcase like their talent and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Some of them I knew, some of them I didn't know. But the one thing that I can say, like, I just did not like was that they played They're Not Like Us 5 times. Like, Dre came out and did the first part, and I was like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? I thought that was classic. I thought that was really high. Right. But then, come on. Do we need the same song? Like, you have other records that go at Drake.
Well, he did those at the beginning.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, though. Like, that could have just been it. But no, that felt like I was listening to the radio.
Hey, he wanted to make sure that this is buried.
Yep.
Like, this is, that's what that was. And everybody was having a good time. Like, I'm telling you, that song, when I'm going down the street, every time at a stoplight, somebody's playing like every stoplight. So I'm like, no, this is the song. Like, so
listen, shout outs to the camera person, because when it came to that part when it was just like when it goes wah, I'm gonna fuck it up. The way they did the camera angles, it was like bang 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 bang. He was on it.
Yes,
he was on it.
Yes. So
I was just like, okay. That was cool.
No, that was cool.
Yeah, and then the crowd, like you mentioned before, it was like the crowd itself. Like, the crowd was, they were singing along.
I'm telling
word
you, man,
for word
song,
like I said, he played it 5 times.
Right.
And the way, because I didn't catch it live, I caught it afterwards.
Oh, okay.
So if you go on YouTube,
I turned away from AEW. Like, I'll admit, like, when I see people say, "Hey, the Kendrick concert," for why the ratings were so low, I'm like, oh, that they might have a point. Because I don't think it was that. Yeah. I turned away from it. Yeah.
But they had, I think he did one where he brought out the dancers, and like the dancers was dancing to the song.
Yep.
Then they had the sing along. It was a karaoke sing along.
Yeah.
Where the crowd was singing the song, and I was just like, oh man, you guys are on it. But good concert though. When you came on today, I saw the Lakers jersey on, and I know, me and you our Laker fans, and we were wondering what our team was going to do this year in the draft. The NBA draft was last night and tonight. If you guys are listening to this on Friday, obviously the NBA draft was on Wednesday and Thursday.
Right.
Wednesday, I forgot who we got in the 17th pick, but I'm so glad that it wasn't it wasn't Bronny James getting drafted in the first round. So I was like, okay, maybe he may not get drafted by the Lakers. There might be a time where, like, hey, he might get drafted by another team.
Mm-hmm.
But nope, I get the phone call today. He got drafted 55.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Laker now.
Right.
Like, not for nothing. I know people are gonna hate on it. I hated on it.
He's kind of,
you know. But at the same, it's to me, I just feel like you should have let him play someplace else.
Well, okay. So first, the young man's name is actually he has a dope name. His name is Connect. Okay, that's the guy that we drafted, and basically his comparison is Dan Marley.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you old enough to know, like, Dan Marley's an excellent basketball player. By the way, that's not at all a insult to him. And he's going to be good. So going on to Bronny here. So the reason why I said he's kind of a Laker is because, I mean, come on now, this is going to go G League. Okay, they're going to have their moment in the preseason when everybody, like, when you get, like, you know, like 20 guys are on the bench, right? And then they're gonna play, like, they're gonna get some minutes together in the preseason, okay? And then he's going to the G League, okay? He had 4 points and 2 rebounds, and averaging 4 points and 2 rebounds in college. You're going to the G League, okay? But the good news for LeBron is that the G League team for the Lakers is in the same facility and it's in the same town, so it's not like the other teams where they're like somewhere, you know, the Warriors or whoever is like somewhere in Kansas City or something. They same town, same facilities. They're still going to be working together, but they're not. He's not going to be on the NBA Laker roster like that. It's not happening. I agree with. I think there are some better players, but I do think they took care of what they wanted to do in the first round.
Right.
For actual business.
So basically, the second round pick was a favor to LeBron. It's
just a favor. That's all it is.
I mean, but how many favors can we give LeBron at this point?
Man, I'm ready. Like, look, I'm with you. I would have been traded. I'm done with him. I want him gone. Nowadays, NBA needs 5 guys that is willing to play defense, get on the floor for the ball, and hit an open 3-pointer.
Right.
You need 5 guys on the floor that is able to do that. Look at the last champions now. That's what they are. Like, the whole thing of getting like 3 superstars together, that's old. It doesn't work anymore. You need to have a cohesive team that is ready to run through a brick wall for each other. And that's the only way you're winning now. LeBron does not want to play defense.
No.
Okay. Everything has to be his way, the people he wants to play with. I don't know why we didn't just make him the player coach. Like, that's what I would have done. I was like, hey, just be the coach.
They should have.
Okay, you just be the coach. Bill Russell did it, won a championship that way. So yeah. So
because they got JJ Redick,
right? And
that's their coach.
Like real quick, I saw what Ken says. I hope they sign DJ Burns. I saw DJ up there. I was like, whoa, I'm not a free agent. What are you
doing? Hey, listen, the way they signing people, you never know. Like,
yep.
But I don't know. Let's see what happens. It's gonna be a long season for the Lakers.
I need to see what they do in free agency, though.
We will talk about. We're gonna add that. We're gonna add the Laker watch because
the Laker.
Yeah, that's because Jamal's a Lakers fan, so it's like, all right, we got some Laker fans in here. So we're gonna do what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a segment to the beginning
part. Didn't come in here and and take over the chat.
You know, we're gonna We're gonna call it the Laker Watch. We're gonna see what happens with the Lakers throughout the season, throughout the NBA season. Another disappointment for me will have to be the Brooklyn Nets.
Oh,
so
boy.
I'm over on the East Coast.
Oh boy.
I love the Lakers. They're my number one team. Second team is the Brooklyn Nets. I've grown to love and hate the Brooklyn Nets. I decided, I said, you know what? I want an activity for me and the family to do, during the winter time and stuff like that. And I end up becoming a season ticket holder for the Brooklyn Nets. Not the whole season, but like a portion of the season. And they traded Mikal Bridges to the Knicks. Like, your number one player on your team, you are going to trade to your rival team that's literally a bridge ride away. You handed the other team
that went to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Exactly. A missing piece to their Villanova team. Because Bridges played with DiVincenzo, Brunson, and Hart. Like, makes no sense.
And I gotta give a shout out here because I'm going through the chat as you were saying that, and Brandon, Brandon with the, well, I guess I had to pop out and show triggers that that's how he could take AEW views.
Hey, listen.
You can say ninjas too.
Yeah, let's get into a little bit of AEW talk. I forgot to put that on the list of things, but
we got to pick some. We got to do some.
We got to let's just get them out. Let's just get them out of the way, because we got to talk about AEW. But let's just oh god, we eventually we have to talk about AEW because it's just, do they not want to win, or is it just me?
It's like they want to win with a particular like against everything else. As long as they win with a particular audience,
right,
then they feel like they won. But it's like that audience it's not a huge number of people. And then to answer Ken's question real quick, I listened to that. I also listened to there's another AM station that has. Like there's two stations. I listen to both of them. But yeah, so it's like they want to just win with that little audience, and then they feel like that's doing something. And it's like,
how long? Listen, how long before, like, the dad and other investors in the company just say, you know what? I don't think we could do this anymore. You're paying these people way too much money, and they're not bringing in the numbers that they're supposed to bring. Right. Because you have somebody right now on your roster. Matter of fact, bullshit.
Right.
You have a number of people on your roster that are saying, hey, this is where the best want to wrestle. This is where the best are wrestling. Me and DJ are old enough to know that we've heard this song and dance before. Did we not forget when Kevin Nash, for some people who are younger and may not remember and only remember certain parts of wrestling, when Kevin Nash came to WCW and he took the headset from Eric Bischoff and said, this is where the big boys play. That's the line that he gave to everybody on TV. This is where the big boys play. Because that's what WCW said.
Then he accidentally botched and said, listen to the adjective play.
Yeah. But we
I mean,
know.
I know you're live and you mess up, but hey.
It's okay. It's okay.
We know what you meant, Kev.
You know, LA Knight took care of that. But yeah, but it's like, come on now. Like, I'm tired every week. Your own fans that are paying money to go into an arena is posting pictures of, oh, well, here comes another empty side of the arena again. And you know what sucks is because they always use Will Ospreay. Anytime Will Ospreay comes out and I know he's on TV and he's looking into the crowd, I'm like, who the fuck you looking at?
Right.
Because I know the other side of the audience, other side of the arena, there's nobody there.
Yeah.
So who are you looking at?
Right. Nobody's doing the Osprey chant anymore when he comes out.
Nope.
That's all in the song now. That's recorded into the song, and the crowd is not doing it anymore. So it's
Ken,
like, and then we're not.
Ken, we got that in there. We got that in there, Ken.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ken is in the chat right now.
Yeah. No,
we got that. We got that in there.
Yep. And nobody believes us when, like, so we're haters when we say, okay, you got this guy, but he doesn't draw. It's cute when he does some of this stuff, but it doesn't draw.
Right.
So, okay, you get your quote dream match, and then that's it. Then okay, it's like, you know, when you when you're doing the do with somebody you don't really like, you know, after the climax, and okay, you gotta go home now. Yeah, that's basically what's been happening.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, for me, I want to see AEW win. We say it all the time. So just in case people be like, oh my God, they're hating on AEW.
Nope.
No, because guess what? You need that competition. Because if AEW dies, then it hurts TNA.
And see, and I think TNA is about to kind of like hitch a wagon to WWE, which I don't like, you know, so that's cool for now because again, there's still another option.
Right.
But so if TNA hitches the WWE, then okay, that's going to kind of make it a makeshift WWE. So now you're still with one. I don't want one company. Nobody wants, like, so people that keep saying this in comments, like, so in case you're new to the show, like, Kenny and I on purpose, like, we go to posts and we look at the comments to see what people say. And that is always a narrative of somebody that's a diehard AEW. Oh, you guys, like, why is it that E-Drones want to see AEW go out of business? Nobody said that. We're just saying, we're telling you why nobody's watching the show. Why don't you take that information and yell at your booker? That's why nobody's watching the show, and it won't be around for very, like, you know, well, how come you guys keep talking about ratings and attendance? Because they matter. This is a business. It matters how many people show up and how many people watch. It does matter. This is not something that can just stay in a high school gym. Like, it's a business. Like,
this week they were in Buffalo, and I was just like, oh, because my sister-in-law, she's moving to Buffalo to go to school out there next month. And I was just like, oh, now that I know that AEW goes out to Buffalo for shows, I can maybe, you know what, I'm going to take a trip to Buffalo just to go watch the show, probably pop in and say hi and stuff like that. And then I'll leave, to go back home like the next day type of thing. And like in the afternoon, because it's like I think the flight is like an hour if I take a flight out there and stuff like that.
Yep.
But man, come on, for a town that really doesn't get much wrestling up there, you would think that they would have packed it out,
man.
Because not for nothing, like you see sometimes like WWE when they're smart about it, like when they do the whole, like the house shows,
the tour, yep,
and they see that they're not getting enough people in the attendance. You get those like 2-for-1 specials where you can get 2 tickets for the price of 1, or you can get 3 tickets for the price of 2. Like,
or one time I got a cheeseburger combo going to a WWE house show. There's like, hey, you buy tickets, we'll feed you to come. I was like, all right, let's go. So,
because a lot of those shows, a lot of those house shows that like me and the boys went to when they were younger, like those are buy two, you buy, you get 3 tickets for the price of 2. So it's like, okay, cool, we can sit all the way in the bottom and still have a really good time.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I remember like I did that like I think it was like the last show me and it was just us 3 went to was a 3 for 2 deal. And we were all the way on the floor level.
Right. See?
But they gotta start. They have to do something. Something has to be done.
I mean, Clown's last comment here. So that's exactly it. Like, they don't need to win. Just fill a gap. Like, that's what WCW, that's how they lived for years, was just filling a gap. Like, like we all knew, like, so the mid-card was not going to be that, especially the opening stuff was not going to be that great. Mid-card was okay, but they usually had a pretty compelling main event storyline. And then you had WWEF on the other side. And that's how they survived for years. For years. Okay? That's all AEW needs to do. Just fill a gap. Like, just be the boat that, like, the tide comes in, just be a boat with no hole in it, and you'll be fine.
I like Jamal. So Jamal was saying that TNA and WWE are going to merge soon, unless TNA turns into developmental brand. I don't think TNA is going to do that as far as turning into developmental, just because they've been around so long that they're like, wait a minute, we're not amateurs.
No,
like we are a legit company that can hang with, we can hang with the big boys.
Yep. All they need
but I do see what WWE is doing.
Right.
They slick. And I like it. Because you're playing nice with another company.
Right.
And you're allowing their top stars or stars that are getting over on the internet to be featured on a bigger platform. So you're luring these people away by saying, hey, you just went back to TNA and you wrestled in front of what, 500 people, right?
Yeah, because they have that little arena, right?
Right. And you had to do how many shows in one weekend?
Right.
To tape for the next month or a month and a half? While we just put you on TV, in front of about 200 people, right? Because the performance center, it's just small, so like 200,
right?
But you're being seen by at least 1 million people,
right?
Because I don't think NXT does 1 million views.
No, they do about 700 now.
But they're doing the same.
That's just the showing, though. Like, so once the show comes out, you're going to get seen by more because they do a lot of stuff that goes viral, like on that show.
Like when Joe Hendrick came out, right?
Yep.
That crowd went crazy.
They did.
That people
they knew exactly who it was.
Yep. People in the IWC was just like, yo, I wouldn't be mad if you bring him back for the Rumble.
I wouldn't be mad either.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, no, it'd be
fun. The pop that I would fucking give if I see this man in the Royal Rumble.
He doesn't even have to last that long. Like,
he doesn't.
The entrance. Yeah. just the entrance. The guy's he's a comic, like, so comedy wrestling, like there's an art to it, You
can't. Not everyone could be R-Truth, but you come close.
No, and this guy comes close. Like, he's good. Like, and you're entertained when you see him, and that's all. Like, that's basically what we're watching. Does this person entertain me in some kind of way when they come through the curtain? That is the only question people ask. And this guy does it. So you need him out there. Bring him out.
Mark my words. When it comes to War Games, Jordan Grace is going to be a part of the women's match.
Okay.
Watch.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
Now here's a question. So will Moose be at least on one like not War Games, but just one of the Survivor Series teams? Will he be
No,
on a team? No.
no,
Okay.
nah.
Royal Rumble.
I think they'll save him for the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
They'll put him for the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
But because I wanted him to be in this year's Royal Rumble, but they didn't put him.
Mm-hmm.
But
They're like one at a time. Let's
yeah.
see. Let's dip our toe in the water.
I see Jordan Grace
Right.
coming in, and she's going to be a part of the women's War Games. I do see Moose coming in and being a part of the Royal Rumble next year.
Mm-hmm.
And I see Joe Hendrick coming to NXT. They're going to make him an offer.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to take it.
Right.
He's going to get the Bobby Roode treatment.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that one?
Yeah,
Remember Bobby Roode?
I remember Bobby Roode.
He's like, glorious. Everyone
Yes.
was singing it. I'm telling you, that's going to be him. He's taking over that spot.
Right. Okay.
But WWE ain't playing. WWE
No.
knows exactly what they're doing.
No, and then like you said, you have a couple of guys, right? So we're talking about, now we got DX booking WWE, right? But the thing about it is that so they have enough where they learned enough from Vince, and then they still have a hold on what is current. Like, okay, what's currently going to to this current audience? What do they want to see? Like, so I remember I wanted to I was telling you I wanted to talk about when Triple H was on the Pat McAfee show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So for those of you that did not see it, so Triple H, so he started shooting in this, okay, on Pat McAfee, and he said out of his own mouth that, like, in so many words, that they use, like, they're like, okay, they know people read dirt sheets and they see what people say online, so you can have the drama go from not just in the ring, but also stuff that happens outside of the ring that people think that they know.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he said even contract negotiations. He said this on the Pat McAfee show.
Yep, I saw it.
Okay. So, again, you guys need to tell your people about this show.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're the show that has been on this since, like, from jump. I'm telling you, they're using that you read dirt sheets for kayfabe. Okay.
Right.
To bring back kayfabe. I think a lot of people have already signed. But they're not going to tell you that because it's going to take the drama away. Like, that's drama. Like, that you think that this person is negotiating with AEW and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They want you to put somebody as, like, do a Photoshop of their picture and they're all elite. They want you to do that so that they can just show up after they've re-signed.
Right.
So just to let you guys know, Triple H himself says, like, basically confirm what we've been saying since we got here. So
there was another thing Triple H said that I like, and it's true. And I've been saying this for so long, where I'm just like, where he was like, WWE is not making wrestling shows. They're not a wrestling company.
Mm-hmm.
They're a movie company that does wrestling shows. Like, they're producing movies every single week. They're introducing you to characters that you're either going to love or hate.
Right.
The whole Wyatt 6 thing that they're doing is movie magic at its finest.
Right.
And it shows.
Right. And that is the one thing, like, so when Toni Storm does her thing, like, when, especially at the post, like the scrum, the media scrums, that is the one time that I knew that Toni was actually a little bit butthurt, is when she was like, oh, if you want to go see cinema, go to a movie. Like, no, you're butthurt that all you had to do was pitch that character to to whoever at they would have done the character. There's no way. There's nothing that she can tell me to say that she didn't pitch that character to somebody, and they said no. There's no way.
Of course.
There's no way. Because again, if you don't believe me, you can go read whatever wrestler story you want to. All of them, including John Moxley, says, you can tell Vince what you'd like to do, and if you have an idea, like if you don't have an idea, you're just doing what they tell you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have an idea, they'll listen to you. The only thing that the thing that got screwed up with Cody was that I think he went to the writers and he didn't go. He should have gone all the way to the top with that.
Right.
Like he was trying to bargain with the writers, and that's what made him quit because they kept doing Stardust. But everybody else said when I went to Vince with this idea, he's like, okay, let's try it. So Tony is butthurt that here she is doing like half an arena. Like she's got this hell of a character that I bet you she's always wanted to do. She didn't pitch it.
But listen,
she just left.
Listen,
because she got hit in the face with a pie.
I feel that if you give the right opportunity at this point, you can possibly get Tony Storm back.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Say, listen, you want to take this timeless Tony Storm gimmick and bring it to WWE. We're going to take your idea. We're going to take what you've done so far. And we're going to actually make this like what you could never even think of.
Right. Could you imagine the merch?
Like there should be a timeless Tony Storm director's chair right now.
Exactly.
There should be, or at least what do you call those things when they
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I don't know.
I wish somebody would marking the scene.
Yes.
Like, okay, the thing that marks the scene. The clapper.
Exactly.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep.
That should be a merch already.
Yes. Could you so that means that take WrestleMania Hollywood. So she would have been timeless Tony Storm in Hollywood.
Yep. That would have
WrestleMania.
Been, listen, that would have been her time to shine.
Exactly. And then Jamal, Triple H knew how to book Tony Storm.
Like now.
So she was butthurt. I'm telling you, she was hurt. And she was trying to make a joke. But I was like, nah. That's the first time you showed a little crack in the armor. Like you was hurt.
Listen, WWE right now is on another level.
Yep.
They want to make that Hollywood scene, and they're doing it.
Yep.
And it's
about to be in Vegas. Oh Jesus.
Yeah, let's see. I don't know. We're praying for you, AEW. We're praying.
So we got this coming up with the Forbidden Door, right?
Yes, that is this Sunday.
I'm gonna go to Dave and Buster's then.
Yeah. What am I doing Sunday? I have my. I don't want to. I can't say what I'm doing Sunday because it's a surprise. So I can't say it because I you know what? I'm not even gonna talk about it because the person that I'm gonna go see watches and listens, so I can't say anything. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll get so much in trouble, yo.
Right. Hey, don't do that.
Yeah, I'll get a phone call right away. But anyway, I have something to do on Sunday, and afterwards we'll probably end up going to go watch Forbidden Door because we were actually gonna go to the show, but because we have a baseball tournament that we have to go to, and plus my other son's birthday is the next day. We was just like, you know what, it's way too much money to spend. Let's just chill out. We can just order pizza or whatever.
That's right.
And chill out, in the house.
Right.
But I want to see what Forbidden Door is gonna bring. We'll go over the card before the end of the show. We'll trickle back to them. What I was gonna do next. Sad news in the wrestling world. Roman Reigns' dad, Sika, passed away. I know he was going through some health issues, obviously, through age and stuff like that. And a couple of days ago, they had posted that he had passed away. Sad time for like Roman Reigns and his family and stuff like that. Sika being one of those guys that paved the way for a lot of the Samoan dynasty to get into the wrestling business and make a name for themselves. I know like the Usos and Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns, like they all said the same thing. There was just like there were certain people in their family that paved the way for them to be in the positions that they are. And Sika just happens to be one of those people. Obviously, Yokozuna was another person.
Sika's partner.
Yeah. The list goes on. These people got fucking kids out their ass.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can make your own wrestling company.
Jacob got 7, I think.
Yep.
Something like that. So, and we just saw him, and he's already got kids coming right behind him. So,
but it's tough to lose a parent at any age. So it's, definitely my hearts and prayers goes out to the, the Roman Reigns family and anybody else who is like, hurting from this at this point. And I wrote it down. I didn't have much to say. It was just more of a like, sorry sorry on the passing and stuff like that. So
yeah, no, Sika deserved to have his spot on the show because, like you said, he's one of the folks. Like the Wild Samoans and The Rock's grandfather. Like they were pretty much like they were 3 that showed everybody that no, you can book them and they're gonna put on a show. And yeah, and like if you guys saw my Facebook or not Facebook but Instagram post, I got to meet him at the 31 at WrestleMania 31.
Right.
He signed my Roman Reigns figure. Him and his partner signed. And we had a night. He sat and talked with me for a minute, so it was great. Like very, very nice man. So yeah, but my heart goes out. I've lost a father before. I know what that's like. So I'm glad he was on. I'm glad that he was on a break. Yeah. Because there's nothing like being there. So yeah. So heart goes out. They'll and I'm sure on his, I'm pretty sure one of those last words was like, and you need to go back and
oh, of course,
put your foot in somebody's butt. So,
on a more happier note, because I'm gonna take you on a ride this week.
Okay.
So we're gonna go a little bit sad. Now we go a little bit happy. Congratulations goes out to Rhea Ripley and Buddy Matthews. Is Buddy Matthews his real name?
I'm not sure.
We're gonna call him Buddy Matthews because I know Rhea Ripley. That's not her real name anyway.
Right.
Has to be it's something else. But they got married over the week,
right?
And they did the whole dark, like her dress was black, his outfit was obviously black, right. And in the background they had like the lights, and they did like a whole horror theme or whatever. Very nice. Yep. But 2 people who have been, really in love with each other. I know Buddy Matthews have asked her last year to marry him. This year they end up just, doing the wedding. Perfect timing because she was on injury. She should be coming back pretty soon.
Right.
Especially with the whole Liv Morgan, Dominic Mysterio thing going on right now. Yep. But good for her though.
Yeah.
Making Buddy Matthews an honest man. Can't say he's making her an honest woman,
right. No, like you said, I think it was great timing. Like make, something that you probably didn't plan on, but hey, let's make it a good thing. Make some lemonade, right? And they look happy. I like how happy they look. Right. That's all that I really look at on these things, and they for real look happy. And that's all we can ask for in this life, right? When you find that somebody,
Mm-hmm.
be happy.
Hold them tight.
Yep. Because trust me, it ain't that much out here. If you found somebody, hold on.
Oh yeah, I've seen the dating pool. It's not great.
Man.
Makes me grateful. Is WWE at this point? Are they losing people? They just don't want to sign, or people just don't want to sign back with the company because
Or
you have Rico
there's just so
Suave.
many. Yeah.
Yeah, you have Rico Suave. He's like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to sign with you guys just yet. I want to see what's out there.
Right.
Want to do some feels.
Right.
Becky Lynch, same thing. Hey, I want to feel around, take some time off, and see what other people are bringing to the table, whether it's wrestling or movies. Like she's feeling herself out there. Another person, it just popped up today that Dijak, who was a part of Retribution, who was on NXT, and then he got drafted to Raw. He sent out a post today with this very long letter that pretty much states that WWE didn't want to renegotiate with him on his contract. That we hear the same song and dance from a lot of people that happens in WWE, where they're like, I've had producers tell me that I am doing a great job, that I'm outperforming about this, everything else. Like,
But does the crowd want you? Are you
yeah.
drawing viewers? So all of all of that is great, but are you a Popeye's biscuit?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what? So anybody that doesn't agree with this, okay. So since the Keith Lee matches, since the series with Keith Lee,
Right.
what else is name something that he's done that you found memorable? He's been in the ring.
The last match that he had on NXT,
Okay.
that NXT weekend of WrestleMania, that was a fucking good match that he had.
Okay.
He was one of the top matches of the weekend.
You think of the whole weekend?
I would say so.
Okay.
If you had to do a top 10 matches, he would make top 10.
Okay. Now, no, who's talking about it?
Not too many people.
Right. Okay, he got given the spotlight. Had a good match. What about your charisma? Where's the people saying, "Hey, where's this guy?" During all of the stories and everything happening, where's the people going, "Hey, I want to see this guy. Where is he? How come he's not in one of the main rosters? Where is he? I want to see him. I want to buy some merch." Again, if you're Popeye's biscuit, he's not in a part of his career where he can be a Popeye's biscuit right now. Okay, he's got to stick out, and he's not sticking out. He didn't stick out.
See, the thing about
I'm just doing some pushback. I agree with.
No,
you.
I know, I understand.
Okay,
I truly understand.
I just want to be the other side. I just want to play the advocate here.
Here's the thing, and we just talked about this before. Ken is just like they dropped the ball between him and Keith Lee. They did. Definitely, I believe that too. What Ken says.
Now did Keith Lee
Jamal
help drop his ball?
I mean, you think no? I don't think so. You think about it like this: Keith Lee was going through so many medical shit that it's just like, was it really his fault? I don't think so. I wouldn't say so.
What was the medical stuff he was going through?
He had a heart problem. Remember, he couldn't really wrestle the way he wanted to wrestle, and he was real limited on the things that he had to do. So it's not like, I have to, I can come back and do. Even with AEW, you don't see him like that because of the whole medical issue.
So that's what I'm saying when we talk about drop balls. But the only thing different he did was win a tag team title.
Yeah. Because in NXT, he was the man.
Right. So that was his peak right there when he won he had both the U.S. and the world title.
Yep.
Okay. Made a little man look good wrestling him. I'm sorry, that's the way that I saw the match. Like people could argue with me all you want to. He made him look good. Keith Lee made him look good. I don't care what people say. Okay, so and I got Keith Lee figures and everything. I love Keith Lee. But I kind of it's like again, we keep saying a company dropped the ball, but it's like what more did he had a health problem? What more?
Right.
It's just that phrase kind of drives me crazy, I guess is what I'm saying. We got to stop that. We got to stop with they dropped the ball. Okay, what else were they supposed to do with him?
I think at this point, a lot of people should already know that in order to make it in WWE, you have to stand out to a lot of these fans that are going to be like, I want to do what he does or what she does. I see her being in a movie, something, anything.
Exactly. When you get your shot, when you get in your match, you gotta go all out.
Yep.
Like it has to be all out. I don't care if you're going against a jobber. It has to be all out.
Selena Vega right now should be doing movies. She should be doing animation movies.
Yeah.
With the many voices that she has.
Man. She's just in so many ways talented. I think the only reason why she doesn't have more titles is I think for real her size. Like it's just not believable to beat like say Rhea Ripley. It's not believable for her to be. That's all it is. That's it. Other than that, she's highly talented woman.
But so Dijak's contract ends on the 28th. After that is basically open season.
Jamal, stop that.
Hey, I want to know. Hold on. Jamal's like, I got a movie Zelina can do. You need to elaborate that, my friend. It's out there. You need to tell us what movie you got in store for. Oh no, Keith Lee did definitely show out.
That and Royal Rumble,
at Survivor Series. That and the Royal Rumble, and that just showed like what he can do in the ring. Because anybody who's followed Keith Lee in his journey when he was in the Indies, knows that Keith Lee can move with the best of them.
Absolutely.
And then when he came to WWE, a lot more people got to see it. So like the casual fans and I like to watch WWE only got to see it, and they're like, okay, like shit, he can move.
He can. Like there's no question.
Right.
Oh, here we go with the Hawk. Like, oh god, I thought we was going to be able to get through this podcast without the Hawk 2, but I guess not.
Gotta give it that Hawk 2. Spit on that thing. Feel me? That girl everywhere, bro.
Yeah, poor girl.
I had to use her. You seen the picture, the thumbnail. I saw that picture. I was like, oh, there it is. Every week I look at pictures. I'm like, man, what can I put as a thumbnail for like this week's show? And I saw that picture and I was like, oh, that's it. That has to be it.
Yeah.
But let's see what happens.
She had to turn off all her socials and she didn't know what she was getting into when she did that.
I think Dijak will do great wherever he goes. If he was smart, he'll go to TNA first.
Right.
Because that's still
he's kind of a big guy. So.
Putting him in those eyes of WWE to be like, hey, look what I'm doing here. You guys are still working with TNA.
Right.
I'm here in case you guys need me.
Well, that and they don't like big guys in AEW. Big guys don't get over in AEW, so I don't know what more we need to see. But
Exactly.
big guys don't get over in AEW. They don't.
Mm-hmm. The next one. So Indianapolis, they got the news that they're gonna get a WrestleMania, they're going to get a Royal Rumble, and I think they're getting a Survivor Series as well. Are they getting the big three?
Let's see. I remember I want to
It's
shout out
Rumble, Mania,
right? Because shout out to our boy
Oh.
Mike Lanham.
SummerSlam. That's what it was.
That's SummerSlam. Yeah. So shout out to our boy Mike Lanham. I definitely want to go to the Rumble there. Just so I can hang out with Mike, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but they hit the jackpot. Like they.
So Ken sends me a message
Mm-hmm.
and says that Bianca Belair
Mm-hmm.
put out an invitation for Caitlin Clark to come to the Royal Rumble to be a part of the women's Royal Rumble. Me and him, we got a little laugh out of it because that's what he said. If she doesn't come out with the tank top and the shorts, it's a wrap. Because we all said, he said that she looks like Billy Kidman. I said that obviously, they're going to use Caitlin Clark. She's not going to be in a match, but I'm sure she's going to do something backstage, maybe have a little, or at least come to the Royal Rumble, and she's out in the crowd and stuff like that. They'll put her behind the announcers so they can always pan to her in case of anything. You know what I mean? Because she's one of the faces, of the W. So it's like WWE is not stupid. They're gonna use as much power stars as possible to continue to promote this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be surprised if you see Caitlin Clark at the Royal Rumble or Monday Night Raw. Listen, I think if she wasn't on the road on Monday, she would have been there. They would have found a way.
No, they would don't let Indiana win the championship.
Oh my god!
Because they're gonna somebody's gonna put while she's talking, they're gonna put the WWE title right on her shoulder.
I think if the Pacers would have won the NBA championship, it would have been a wrap. They would have been all. We still would have been talking about them.
Right.
The draft, who? What?
Yeah.
It don't matter.
So, yeah. No, they know what they're doing, like you said. And that's why they give these titles to these championship teams. There's no question. They know what they're doing. I
mean, the Fever is not doing well in the WNBA right now, so I don't see them winning a championship.
Not now, no.
But when they have their All-Star weekend, trust and believe, Caitlin Clark is going to be all over that.
Man, because, because it's going to be a while for them because come on, they picked number 1 in the draft. So, yeah, their team's bad. So, but yeah, no, they're going to find a way, like you said. They're going to find a way. Caitlin Clark, WWE collab.
On Monday Night Raw, because my son was just like, Dad, did Chad Gable die? Right? He calls me Sunday. I was at work Sunday, and he was just like, Dad, can I ask you a question? I was like, what? And he was like, did Chad Gable die? And I was like, and I laughed and I said, no, Pop, why would you say that? So he goes, so explain this. And he shares the screen of the phone, and there's like a tribute to like Chad Gable. And I'm like, Pop, that's fake. It's not real. Somebody made that. So then we're watching Monday Night Raw. Yeah, because he came out of practice, and we're watching Monday Night Raw, And he goes, and I hear the music, and he comes out, and I go, look, see, he's still alive. And my son just looked at me. He goes, "Oh man, like I thought he passed away." And I was like, "No, like he's still alive."
Yeah.
But something very interesting happened though. So Chad Gable, he qualifies for Money in the Bank, and all the lights start to go out. Nikki Cross, aka Sister Abigail, comes out. He runs, and she proceeds to put a VHS tape on the table. It was in a box, but we found out that it was a VHS tape. Originally, reading it online through Fightful, it was supposed to be given to Pat McAfee. Because remember, the Wyatt 6 did something at the Pat McAfee show, so it was supposed to continue.
Right.
But because he had a family emergency, he couldn't be on Raw this past Monday. So they gave it to Michael Cole, and Michael Cole was just like, "Hey, we finally figured out the video. We're gonna play for you right now. Here's the video." Again, before we get into it, I'm gonna give a shout out to Robbie.
There he is.
Yeah, he said hello, guys. First time listener here. What's going on, Robbie? Let us know where you're from. Welcome on into the madness that we call the call up. My name is Kenny. I'm over here on the East Coast in New York City. You got DJ over there from the West Coast. He's all the way in Cali. And then we have all of our people here in the chat right now. You know what I mean? Don't forget, listen, Rob, first time here, please make sure you do one thing. Just hit the like button, all right?
Yep.
It's free.
All the way from Scotland.
Oh, yeah, he goes in. Wow, Scotland in the house. He goes all night.
Did you go to the show? Did you go to the
did you go? What's the show? What's the show for the next week? Watching all the way from Scotland. By the way, the Wyatt 6 definitely has me interested. I'm excited to see them cause more havoc. That is true. Because that's what we're talking about right now.
Yep.
The video is basically Bo Dallas talking about how he felt about Bray Wyatt passing.
Right.
And it's just like, again, WWE is so invested in this company. I mean, in this like project that you want to see what happens next.
Right.
And I'm liking that you don't see them in the ring. They're not trying to put them in matches. They're not trying to put them in all these backstage. They're just doing little stuff. And it needs to continue. I'll be, not for nothing, I'll be happy if you never put them in a match.
Okay.
Like I never want to see any. I never want to see any of them wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just give me these things right here that you're doing right now. Because if you put them in a match, it has to make sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, just like you had the people when Bray was alive that they got super critiquey about Bray's matches, his last few matches. And I'm just like, no, I don't think that's what the match was. The match was not supposed to be some technical extravaganza. That's not why he wrestled this. Like that's not why the Fiend wrestled this guy. And why are you looking for the Fiend to be like, Ricochet or something? So I didn't get people. I didn't. That's probably what you're saying. That you don't want it to fall into those people. Like, oh, that I didn't like the match, and they didn't do enough flips for me or something, and and then it's like, but you missed the whole point though. Like there was a whole story that went with that. So yeah, no, I see what you're saying.
What clown had to say here? Videos of Evil Fight Club and Brad Pitt as Uncle Howdy talking Bo as Ed Norton. Yeah, you're right.
That's pretty much what it
It's
is. Yeah.
pretty much what it is.
Yep.
Let's see. I could have watched 3 hours of the Funhouse every week. Yeah, like
I
you
mean,
could have.
what was the best part of the COVID WrestleMania?
Cena versus Bray Wyatt
Yeah.
when he took him back in time
Right.
through all the different Cenas.
Yep. And the Cenas that could have been even like they had
Mhm.
Cena joining the NW, like basically saying you should have turned heel.
Listen,
know,
they even made that into an action figure.
they did. Yep.
I have that action figure. Sure. Robbie, let's see what he has to say here. If they ever were to have a match, I feel they need the John Cena type of hero to try and take them down, like when John took on Bray. Yeah,
Robbie was
but
ahead of us.
yeah, but the thing about it is, like something like that, like that was one of the things that I did not like. And listen, I'm a John Cena fan all the way,
Through. Yeah.
right? I listen.
Only
if
because
you,
you're my friend. I don't make fun of you. But go ahead.
you know what I mean? I've had arguments with people about John Cena. Okay. But there's one thing that I would say is that when John Cena took on Bray Wyatt the first time in front of an audience, I feel that Bray Wyatt should have won that match. It should have never went to John Cena.
I agree.
Because if you were trying to make the Wyatt family this dark, evil faction, like the way they did The Undertaker and the Ministry of Darkness, like you needed to have that win. Okay? The Undertaker beat Stone Cold Steve Austin when he was a part of the Ministry. You know what I'm saying? He
literally crucified him.
Yeah. You know what I mean? He was a part of kidnapping Stephanie McMahon until we found out Vince was a part of it. Right. You know what I mean? But still, like, come on. That right there, that should have went to Bray Wyatt.
Well, you take him seriously. Like, I mean, it's kind of like, so, to bounce back and forth to AEW and WWE. Like, so look at the, what's it? The Dark Circle?
AEW?
With Evil Ono and all them.
Is it the Dark Circle?
The Evil Circle, the Dark Circle, whatever they are. You don't really take them that seriously.
Nope.
Because they never won any. They're jobbers. Like, they never won nothing. Why should I take this group seriously? Only when before our boy passed away.
Oh, the Dark Order.
The Dark Order. Like, so he won the TNT title, but once he was gone, rest his soul. But that's it. They turned into jobbers. No, nothing else. Like, there was no reason to take that group seriously after that.
Yeah. I don't know. We gotta see. But I'm curious to see what happens next with this Wyatt 6 family promos that they're doing. It was, like I said, Monday was done very well when it came to just talking about Bray. It got me in the feelings because I was like, oh man, you guys are going there, because what Bo Dallas said was all passion.
Right.
You can't practice that, because that was all feeling, and that's what WWE brung out of him at that time for this video. What's up, Vicky? Vicky's in the house right now.
Back in the game, yep.
Because I love John Cena movies. I love the old school wrestling. Also, we do too. A Black needs to up the game. Yeah.
Maybe Aleister Black is what she.
Yeah. Let's see, what did Ken have to say here? Because we got one more topic here, and then we'll. Right. So I want to get in other people's thoughts here, because the chat is just going crazy right now. So I want to make
at some point we got to make our picks for for the Forbidden Door.
Let's see. What was your guys' first episode of WWE? Mine was when Stephanie was about to get Sacrifice.
That's
That
the
was like the
first
whole
time
Ministry of Darkness stuff. Wow.
And that's the
Shit.
first time you watched
Oh my
WWE?
God. First time WWE
And
for
that
me.
happens? Wow.
Man, like I'm gonna see. I've been watching WWE since WWF days,
Right.
like with
Me too.
Macho and Hogan and shit. I remember when they went to the Intrepid here in New York,
Oh yeah.
and he had and I
Oh,
was
yeah.
like begging. I remember I wanted to go, but my mom wasn't gonna take me all the way over there.
That's around where you started?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, mine was Hogan and Sheik. Sheik was the champ talking smack.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember coming into the room and I'm like asking my brothers, "Yo, what is this? What are you guys watching?" And then they told me the rules and everything, and then I watched the match, and that was it. Hogan winning the title, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm okay. Is there more of this?" So and I was stuck since.
I like what Jamal has to say. He goes that he thinks that pretty much like the Bo Dallas character is dead, and now he's just gonna go by his real name now. But I'm so used to just saying Bo Dallas because I think that's what a lot of until they acknowledge this on WWE TV. I'm just gonna keep saying Bo Dallas.
You know who we're talking about.
You know, Ken was saying the same thing. He was like, "That's when he got hooked when we was talking about the whole."
Yeah, we got some.
stuff.
We got everybody's coming in, like how they jumped in stories.
Yeah, exactly. Robbie goes, my first time I remember was a live event in 2014. First two wrestlers I fell in love with were Bailey and Finn Balor. Just been watching ever since.
Okay.
Hey, listen, two good people to get hooked to.
Yeah.
And I love it that like just because like we've been watching wrestling for so long, there's other people who are like just now getting into, professional wrestling and sports entertainment. And now I'm so glad now that a lot of these people now could possibly see all the archives of WWE, WWF when it goes to Netflix. Because right now you watching on Peacock is all over the place. So you really can't get that feel of the way it was like with the WWE network. I'm hoping that Netflix does it justice. You know what I mean? Because that would fucking be great.
Right. No, like you said, man, like for for the younger folks here, I encourage you, go to Peacock. Go to the Coliseum video. And go to the Coliseum video part of the archives and look, and because they have things that are clips like where you don't have to watch the entire matches,
right?
Because now wrestling is a little bit more fast paced than it was back then. So I know you're not going to enjoy watching old matches, but to watch, like say, watch the blooper one, for example, you'll be hollering, laughing, but you'll get to see like some of those characters and stuff like that. Or you could watch, like they got old bio videos too. They got old biography videos, but remember those biography videos are in kayfabe though. They're not gonna you're not gonna hear about Macho Man playing baseball or anything, but they show you clips of his matches as he comes up to winning the world title, for example. So yeah, no, I encourage you folks that came in, 2000s or late 90s to that the 80s really put they made the foundation of what we're watching right now.
No, I mean, I think like the newer generation now, when you watch, when they watch wrestling, is more entertainment than anything else. When we grew up watching wrestling, it was more of a, the wrestling aspect of it all. You know what I mean? Somebody gets super kicked. That was it. It was over.
The end of the match. Yeah.
That was the end of the match.
Well, now finishers were finishers. Like, so once a person hit their finisher, that's it. So if you didn't So what they would do is, so they would almost hit the finisher, or hit the finisher, and the referee's not in position. But it was never somebody hit the finisher 1-2 kick out at 2.5. It was never that.
Right.
And I still agree with that. I'm sorry. That's my old man yelling at cloud moment for wrestling. Is I think like if the referee is conscious and you get to hit the finisher, that should be the end of the match.
No, you're right.
I do not think SmackDown should be 3 hours. I think you want to keep the intensity that you gotta fit everything in 2 hours. Like that's what keeps the pace of the show. So no, it should stay 2 hours.
Yeah, there's no way in the world. Like it's hard enough now when you watch Raw to sit there for 3 hours and watch Raw. I don't know if I want to sit there and watch fucking SmackDown for 3 hours.
Oh, right. Clown! Like that's yeah. Clown's talking about the Jake and the Cobra.
Oh, we just going down memory lane here. Yeah. I remember that.
Okay. And yeah, you didn't like. I wasn't old enough to know about that cobras could be like devenomed. Like you can take the venom out of the cobra before they bite somebody. I didn't know that. So
I didn't know that either. And so I think was it when they did the like the doc and everything else like that, and they just doing like the interviews, and he had said that they took was it Jake the Snake said that they took the venom out.
Right. And then Macho made Jake he had to let the snake bite him first in the locker room because he was paranoid. So oh Macho. But yeah, but I'm with you there. I'm with you there, Clown.
Vicky was like DVR and just fast forward after the recording. Nah. Sometimes you don't even want to do that either.
Right.
Let's see what we got here. Go back to Robbie, our new guy here. SmackDown, I feel, would only get worse if it was 3 hours. I agree with you on that one. With Raw, I feel the roster is slightly more better and keeps more intensity with the Liv Morgan stuff, but SmackDown isn't as interesting. Yeah, like right now, Raw has storylines that fits.
Mm-hmm.
SmackDown right now only has the Bloodline stuff going on right now.
Pretty, like I would say the Bloodline, and I do like even like I'd like to see them actually start putting the tag team title on the line, but the tag team division is pretty good in SmackDown. And the women's division after that. You know, that mid-card title story. Like, I think they need to take the U.S. title off of them because it's not gaining anything. Like, it's just not. It's not going anywhere with Paul as the U.S.
That
champion.
U.S. title, they haven't done nothing with it.
Yeah. They got to put it on somebody that can tell stories. Yep. Like he's good in the ring, but he doesn't quite know how to tell stories that's making people want to go watch. We're only watching because we want you to lose it. Like that's okay. That only goes so far. So it's time to that was great. Let's put it on a full-time professional now.
Let's see. Let's go back to Robbie over here. Going back to the Wyatt 6, quickly thought this group needs to be over all shows. I want to see them destroy SmackDown and even NXT. I don't know. Like, and I think like if you put them on all three shows, you're gonna use up so much of the stories that you guys already built in because now you have to integrate them into Raw. You got to find a way for them to get into NXT. Like, what's the purpose? You know what I mean? And then SmackDown, what's the purpose for that too? You know what I mean? So now you're gonna involve like all these different people, and you're gonna put like all these different storylines in there for them. Like, I like it that they just keep them on Raw. and let them just keep fucking around with Raw.
Yeah, because like you said, like Raw is the 3-hour show.
Mm-hmm.
So you do need that tie-in to keep you interested for 3 hours. SmackDown, like I said, all they need really is they need the middle of the card to be interesting. That's it. That's all they need. And so so that again, so you need to make the tag team title more compelling.
Mm-hmm.
They've had the tag team title. When's the last tag team title defense that you can even that comes up in your mind for their team?
I don't remember the last time
Not
the
since they
tag
won
team
the
titles
motherfucker,
before
right?
SmackDown was.
The other night. So yeah, you don't need the and then you want the Wyatt Six to be strong.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to weaken the other people in the roster while you're doing it. Okay. Because this ain't NWO. You're not gonna have other people join the Wyatt Six after they beat them.
Nope.
You know, it's not the Ravens flock. You know, so one show. It's cool to have people it's kind of cool that people were worried about I was watching NXT and they were worried about the Wyatt Six, and I was like, okay, that's still kind of they don't show up, but that's cool that that there's a mention of them, but now keep them on Raw, keep them on that 3 hours where you got to worry, okay, wait, did I just see somebody in the crowd, right? So like now you're gonna have people showing up dressed as the the Wyatt Six to see if they can get on TV. So that's just leave them there. It's good. Then SmackDown, get that middle of the card together. I think maybe the draft, maybe there might have been some missteps in the draft, like with hindsight being 2020, of course. They probably might have wanted to send a couple more people to SmackDown for the middle part of the roster.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I know Ken was saying that they should just get rid of the brand split, but for me, I'm just like, if you get rid of it, it's like you're gonna have the same people on every show.
That's right. That's right. Think of the reason why. So again, that goes back to what happened to WCW, which they had the last episode of Who Killed WCW. But you have to remember, so you had Nitro and Thunder, and then you had so the reason why it kind of got watered down is because it's like we're damn near seeing the same matches for 2 nights a week.
Mm-hmm.
And what about all these other guys that I would like to see, but you don't? Now you're never gonna see them because all the top guys are wrestling on both shows.
Exactly.
So yeah, you kind of need a brand split with this big of a roster.
Robbie, I know what you're talking about right now. He goes, just a quick question. Do you guys believe? You know what he's asking for. I believe in Joe Hendrick.
Oh.
Yep. Yo, that's a catchy fucking song.
Yeah. We believe on this show. On this show,
there's a club. They were talking about it online. That I don't know if it was through WrestleMania weekend or there's just in general that they do this where they have a club where they play wrestling theme songs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I want to see a video of the DJ playing this song and seeing the crowd, like the people at the club, to see what their reaction is.
Oh man, I think it's gonna get a pop.
Of course.
I was watching something like a basketball game or somewhere, and they played Jey Uso.
Yep. Yeah, I think it was the Rockets, right?
Yeah.
And they tried, man. They tried to do the whole, bouncing, but not too many people were.
No, you need somebody to lead it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need somebody to lead it, or because there's some folks that they're beat inclined, like they don't they don't follow beats well. So you need somebody to help them out. So.
But I want to see. I don't know. He's like I said, that song gets over with everybody.
Yes.
So we'll see how that turns out for him. Hopefully, it could power him through to like if we have another Royal Rumble or even like the greatest Royal Rumble when they go back to Saudi Arabia. You never know. They may take some TNA stars with them and be like, hey, do you guys want to come out?
Right. And get this
And
check.
come help us out. Come get this money.
Yep.
It could happen.
It could happen.
Before we get into Forbidden Door.
I like how you're I have the feeling like you're procrastinating.
Before we get into Forbidden Door. Because I feel like, you know what it is? Because we're going to go through the card of Forbidden Door. And we're going to be like, okay, here's we already kind of, we know. All right.
It's going to be whoever Tony is a fan of is going to win.
It's not going to be anything really special. But you know what was special? Friday Night SmackDown last week.
Oh, man.
Cody Rhodes. Fuck that. I'm not even going to Cody Rhodes right now. Paul Heyman is God sent, okay? CM Punk coming out to try and help Paul Heyman.
Mm-hmm.
And then everybody wondering why the Bloodline didn't try to attack CM Punk when there was and then online it says that there was orders from the tribal chief stating that there was one thing that Paul Heyman asked of the blood of Roman Reigns and the Bloodline, and that was to never touch CM Punk.
Interesting.
Just because of the history that they have had together.
Right. Interesting.
Beautiful.
Yep.
And then we get Cody and Solo going one-on-one. Sometimes when Solo, like, he sells certain stuff, it just throws me off. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It reminds me of like the villain characters in those old school movies, like when they would get hurt. And be like, all right, man, just die. Like, just stop. So obviously, the Bloodline comes out to interfere in the match, and then Kevin Owens and Randy Orton come out. Everybody's rumbling, everybody's fighting. They get the best of the Bloodline. They got Solo in the corner, and he's pretty much trying to sell the fact that he's about to get his ass whipped.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, he just does that evil villain TV laugh shit.
Right.
And Jacob Fatu comes out and completely destroys everybody by himself. When I mean this guy had so much charisma.
Yeah.
He took over that whole entire segment by himself.
Right.
From the facial expressions to the way he moves so fast in and out of the ring.
How fast he can get to the top rope.
That big drop that he did on Cody.
No, we've been telling you on this show. This kid is a superstar. He's a superstar.
I mean, everybody on every show has been talking about Jacob Fatu and the things that he's going to do once he gets into WWE, just because of the passion that he has for just professional wrestling and the things that he has for his family in general. And it's just like...
And this is not just some indie darling that we saw and, he did this one thing, and no, this is not what we're saying. That's not the same. I know people have cried wolf before. Like, I know how you feel. Like, you hear this name in the indies all these years, and you see him in the ring, and you go, "This is it." That's not what you're gonna get with Jacob Fatu.
But now that he's there, I'm wondering, and I want to see this on Friday. This Friday coming up at Madison Square Garden, is what role is Jacob Fatu going to play with this new bloodline?
Man.
Because you can't keep a person like him and his personality, you just can't keep him in the background. And the other three guys that are there are going to get outshined.
Right.
So I want to see what WWE is going to do to try and maybe pull that back a little bit so that everyone can shine.
Right. No, I think I think it's kind of part of the story. Like, weird enough, it's kind of part of the story that he's obviously that much better than the other three guys.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's part of the story, and I want to see how it unfolds. I think it's gonna be him, Roman and the Usos versus the other three guys and possibly The Rock, and which is a hell of a War Games, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, this guy, but just speaking for Jacob, going for at some point, this man will be world champion at some point. I don't need him to be don't just. It could be a couple years from now. I don't need it. I'm not I'm not like some folks is like, oh, you're burying him if you don't give him the title right now. No, hold on. let him cook a little bit, and but this man in the future will be a world champion.
He's gonna, I mean, once this whole bloodline thing is done, it's like you have to put him in a major role because you brung Solo up from NXT. He had one title, and that was the North American title.
Right.
I don't see him right now holding any other title. And now it's just like, now you have Fatu in there. And like you said, we're going to see the Usos back together. Just waiting for Jimmy to get healed up.
That's right.
And it's going to be a wrap.
Yep.
That's going to probably be our War Games.
That's what I think which I'm 100% for. Let's go. Bloodline versus bloodline in the War Games.
I gotta get to some of the comments. I just kept seeing the comments go up.
Yep.
Robbie, it was weird to say that though. CM Punk has been back in WWE for a while. He's still almost a breath of fresh air. Not many people make a promo feel as realistic and personal as he does. He loves Punk. Yeah, like CM Punk. This new run for CM Punk in WWE has been great because it's not just, he's not going after just one person because he just keeps on different things. He did the stuff for Seth Rollins. Obviously, some of that stuff didn't get to pan out the way he wanted to. And then now the whole thing with him and Drew McIntyre, obviously something's going to happen between the bloodline because they're going to try and forget those orders and they're going to go after CM Punk eventually.
Right. Which is probably what's going to spark the War Games. Yeah.
Let's see. Robbie was still talking about Jacob Fatu. He's amazing. Bloodline 2.0 versus Bloodline. That's going to definitely be coming soon. Let's see. Clown was like, he's waiting till I can see that springboard happening tomorrow on Friday Night SmackDown.
Yep.
Because he's gonna pop the crowd at Madison Square Garden. So that's definitely coming.
And I've seen him do it, so with ease. So, So no, it's definitely in the chamber.
Look, Jamal's already fantasy booking stuff right now. Imagine him, Jacob Fatu versus Gunther.
Lord.
That's gonna be a good match right there.
So, and that's a WrestleMania match for some kind of championship. That's a WrestleMania match.
Ken sitting here booking stuff too. He's like, will we ever see? Think about him being a face. Listen, he can make a really good baby face.
Yeah, I do. When I would see him just about every indie show I would go to, he would be there.
Mhm.
And he was always the face because that's all you could do. Like, so like the promotion I was watching, they tried to make him a heel and it just didn't. Nope. We was like, no, we're not going to boo him. So, and I think that's what's going to end up happening. Like he's it's too much. Like, it's just too exciting. It's too it just never worked out as a heel because the crowd didn't go with it.
Let's see what Ken had to say here. I think you see Sammy join Roman and then the Usos at War Games. I could see that happening too.
Yeah. Yep. The honorary Us comes back.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna need everybody. Jacob versus Chad Gable.
Okay.
Yeah, we just fantasy booking this right
Why
now.
not? Yeah.
And I'm loving it. Let's see what else we have here. Jamal Jacob comes to WWE, jacked as fuck. That springboard going to be crazy as the size he is now. Yep. And his shirt is already like top seller on the WWE shop. So look at that tells you right there.
Yeah. Yeah, I want one.
I gotta get one myself.
Yep. Yeah, I'm all in. I'm all in for Jacob. I'm going all in. I want shirts, I want figures. I'm all
that action figure when it comes out is gonna be crazy.
Yeah. No, I'm all the way in.
I'm just wondering, like, the people at Mattel, you have more of an insight than I do.
Mm-hmm.
Of like, will they make his debut into a figure, or will they wait until they have his first match and then make him into an action figure? I feel like that's more of a Fig Cave question, like for them to answer this. For me, I would want the debut from SmackDown to be an action figure rather than
we'll put this in as a we'll message him and say,
right,
here's a question for you guys. I'd go his first match, and then down the line when you do some defining moments, I think that should, like, whatever he was wearing Friday should be his defining moment figure.
Mm-hmm. Isn't there another Fatu? There is.
Yes.
And then they have the younger guys. I don't know the fucking guy's name. Is a younger kid.
There's so many. These folks got.
We don't speak his name here for certain reasons. That he was supposed to come on and do an interview with the Knuckleheads, and 20 minutes before everyone was actually going to get ready to come on and do this interview, he backs out at the last minute and was just like, yeah, can't do it. And then that was it. No explanation. No, hey, let's set something up later. It was just all right, fuck you, bye. So we kind of just don't speak his name here. But he did tweet out, oh, see you soon. I was like, okay, WWE picks you up. You better be on a straight and narrow, because none of that fucking shit that you do in the indies or the trouble that you get into is going to fly with them. Let's see. Jamal was like, is there another Fatu? He goes, laugh out loud. That's like saying that, is there another Waffle House on every corner of North Carolina?
Yeah. No, those folks, and then you come out the womb hitting the ropes, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, you're gonna see. The bloodline can go for however long they want to, because there's so many that you can have at least 4 on the roster at any time.
Shit, I'm telling you, their family is so big,
right,
that they can make their own company.
Yep.
They just have people waiting in the wings. It's like,
yep.
Like, you never know who's coming next. Ken was laughing at something either me and you said.
He's probably imagining that infant hitting the ropes.
Oh my god,
that infant that's already
didn't care.
Yeah, the infant that's already 5 feet tall and 180 pounds, already hitting the
Springboarding off shit, getting ready for NXT. Guess we'll talk about the last topic right now, right? All of us can get into it right now. And that is Forbidden Door, ladies. Let me stop bullshitting with you guys. All right, that's Forbidden Door. Forbidden Door, AEW's pay-per-view against New Japan is this Sunday, live from the UBS Arena in Long Island, New York, the home of MJF. I mean, he let us know so many times since he's been back that it's going to be in his hometown. Let's go through the card right now. Give your picks. We take the picks from the people in the chat as well. No particular order, but obviously you know the way AEW works. This could be the first match.
I'm gonna say
You
don't
know
what, yeah.
The way they run shit over there. We all know it's a 2-day event, even though they don't want to say it because AEW pay-per-views don't end until 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. I call them 2-day events. Anyway, all right, let's get serious. It's too much joking around, DJ. You're clowning this thing too much, okay?
This is a serious pay-per-view for them.
Serious.
Damn it.
We gotta be serious here. Okay. The AEW World Championship is on the line. Swerve is putting his title against Will Ospreay, who won a battle royal to become the number one contender for the AEW title.
Right.
For a lot of people who do not watch AEW and you're kind of wondering, I mean, Will Ospreay right now is the international champion. He's not putting this title on the line at this pay-per-view, which is crazy because the last time we seen Forbidden Door, Orange Cassidy put his title on the line. He was the first match on the card, put his title on the line. And now we get to 2024 and we have now we have Will Ospreay not putting the title on the line, going for a championship against Swerve Strickland. If it was me, I'm gonna go crazy for this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it to Will Ospreay. I think Will Ospreay is probably gonna be a double champion by Monday morning.
Yep. By Monday.
You know what I mean.
So as I'm giving picks here, just to let everybody know, by the way, all the West Coast guys, I will be at the Dave and Buster's at Del Amo Mall in Torrance for this show. So come.
Anybody want to come and chill?
Yeah, come on down. But anyway, yeah, it's gonna be. Come on now, everybody here listening to our voice, everybody that listens to our voice, that's here in the chat, and that's gonna be listening to the podcast later. You're at your job. You're listening to us. You already said Will Ospreay. You know Will Ospreay's gonna. Everybody knows Will Ospreay is going to win this match. TK is gonna be hugging him like he's gonna be hugging him at the
awkward
thing.
TK hug,
awkward ass hug.
everybody.
Okay. He's winning this match. He's probably like Will Ospreay. Like for real, this is his new action figure, right? Will Ospreay might after this win the tag team title. He's gonna be half the tag team champion, international, and the world champ. Watch, like, just oh god. So
you know what set me off even more? That I was just like, you know what? Will Ospreay may just win this title off of Swerve.
Yep.
When he came out on Wednesday and told Daniel Garcia that instead of having a match with MJF at Wembley, he needs to have it with him for the world title. How are you booking a match for a title that you don't have? You don't even own it.
And the Ospreay stands were already hollering when he said that. It's just like, wait, so. Like you said, I'm like, wait, you haven't. How are you booking? And how are you? Don't even have the, yeah. So I said this. I thought I had the same thought, and I was like, man, Kendrick don't have a concert tonight, you know.
Shit. When I watched that segment, And then once I seen that the NBA draft is on, I just clicked the channel and just kept on
I think
watching the NBA
you,
draft.
you know what? I think I did go to the NBA draft. I don't know if it was in that segment, but I did turn away from.
Yeah, no. Once that segment was over, I just switched to the NBA draft and just watched the rest of the draft. I didn't even turn back to AEW.
I didn't either. I was on the NBA draft.
I know people right now listening to this is like, you really? Like, yeah, no, it's true. It was boring, and I would do the same thing I would do the same thing to Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. If it's boring, I'm gonna change the channel.
Keep me there.
There's times where we've done Monday Night Raw,
Yep.
where we do the stream on Mondays, where we're like, damn, this shit is boring, and we'll just start talking about other shit.
I'm about to say, I've shoot, one of the shows I came on, like, we talked about everything but Raw that night. So yeah.
So, and then I'm looking at the chat, and everybody says the same thing. Oh, Will Ospreay's gonna win.
Yeah,
he's gonna be a double champion. TK's gonna give it to him. That's TK's new boy.
Right.
So I think Clown was like the only person that was just like Swerve wins. Like
the draft was just a little less boring.
Yeah, no, you're right. Because at least the draft, you kind of wondering like, where's everybody gonna go? And you're like, oh man, why did this person pick it?
I was looking for trades, like how they were like folks was getting traded all day long and everything. So I thought some player trades was gonna like some of the veterans was gonna start getting traded around. So that's why I was watching.
Right.
What's the next match?
The AEW TNT Championship. We got Takeshita taking on Mark Briscoe, taking on Jack Perry, taking on Dante Martin, taking on Leo Rush, and then taking on to be determined in a ladder match. Now, this was Adam Copeland's title before he got hurt.
Right.
So they took it away from him. The Young Bucks took it away. TK decided to make a tournament out of this. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people competing for this title in a ladder match.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Perry obviously is going to win this.
Yes.
It's in the cards.
Yeah. Again, the way their booking goes, he's the man right for whatever reason right now. Because I'm sorry, I don't see it. I don't understand why I'm supposed to be interested in Jack Perry, but yeah, he's gonna win it because he's gonna shove him. He's shoving him and the Bucks down our throat. So, so yeah, he's gonna win. He's gonna be champion for a while too. Watch. But yeah, Jack Perry's gonna win this.
Everybody in the chat says the same thing. Jack Perry's winning this. Because let me tell you something. If Jack Perry does not win this title,
I'll be. You know what?
I'll be fucking surprised.
Yeah, I might. If I'll be at Dave and Buster's. I might take a shot at that point.
Hold on, what Robbie said over here. Jack Perry, you say someone's got the real glass. I can't lie. I'm just going to pick Jack Perry because I don't know anyone else really, but I give Jungle Boy theme back. Give him at this point he doesn't need that theme back.
I'm about to say that's yeah.
Yeah, that's baby.
Like, you haven't been keeping up, Robbie, but yeah, that character, everything is gone from that.
Right.
So which is to me like made his character worse. For the worse, in my opinion. So, but whatever, he's gonna win. Now remember like old WWE when nothing else was out there, and the same folks that are the same diehard AEW fan, they'll tell you, oh, I stopped watching WWE because Vince will just start shoving people down our throat. What's happening now?
That's definitely happening now. Especially with the whole Young Bucks new power trip thing. Like,
oh, it's horrible. Like, so
it's like the corporation all over again.
When their music, like for real, when their music starts, I turn the channel. I can't even go watch it. I can't even watch them anymore.
Next match. The AEW TBS Championship and the New Japan Strong Women's Championship
Oh man,
are both on the line. Both champions, Mercedes and Stephanie, are putting their titles on the line. It's sad to say that Mercedes is going to be a double champion come Sunday.
just to make this interesting, and because I really want the other girl to win, that's who I'm picking. Like just from my heart, I'm picking. I know Mercedes is gonna win, but my pick and my heart are going with the other. Like I really would like her to win. I actually think she has a little bit more charisma than Mercedes has. And I want to see how this match goes. I'm going to start watching Mercedes matches a little bit closer because I'm starting to think, and you guys tell me if I got this right so far. I think she's wrestling the exact same match. I think
it's always like that, though.
Yeah, I think it's exactly the same. Like exactly. I think she's wrestling the exact same match. Just whatever the finish is, that's where, okay, we're going to do this at the finish. Like something, that's where it kind of gives you a curveball. But when the bell rings until they get to the last, like the finish of the match, it is the exact same. And that finisher, Jamal, yes, she and the Rainmaker have two of those and have the two worst finishers in wrestling. And I will stand 10 toes down on that. And whoever wants to argue with me, I will argue with them. It is the two worst finishers in all of wrestling and all of it, in all of wrestling, the two worst finishers.
The reason why I say that I'm like, you know what, Mercedes is going to be a double champion is because TK obviously is going to want to right that wrong for her.
Right.
Because she was supposed to win the championship when she faced Willow the first time.
Yeah.
Right? And she got hurt, so they had to run an audible and give Willow the championship. You know? So now they're like, hey, you're signed with us. You're fully healed now. You're healthy. What better way now that we can we're going to make you champion because I got the power. Which is kind of fucked up on New Japan Strong's part.
And this is what's going to be sad about, like, so as we go through this card, like, there's not going to be many New Japan people that win matches on this card. I would not do this card with them anymore. Why? Why would I put my promotion through this every year?
It doesn't gain anything for New Japan. That's the only thing that I really hate.
Nothing. Every year they go in there and they're basically treated as jobbers. Why? So that's why I'm going to be rooting for most of New Japan. Are they from New Japan? Okay, that's who I'm rooting for.
She needs to win.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, this is the only match that I'm just like, I really don't want to see. Because I already know what the outcome is.
Right.
Unless you're going to have somebody come in and interfere in this match, where it's a disqualification and no one loses a title, you might as well just ring the bell, poke of doom, and just 1, 2, 3, sit down and just, all right, next match. So we won't have to be here for 5 hours.
Yeah, LA folks, please come to Dave and Buster's. I'm gonna need y'all. Like Torrance, the Delamo Mall, Dave and Buster's. Please come. This is Kenny's making this more depressing for me. Especially when this match starts, I'm gonna be like, "Oh Jesus! Hey, I need another round."
You know, I'm texting you when this match comes on.
Yeah, I know.
I may go on Instagram Live
just for this.
just for this match. Just for this match, I may go on Instagram Live and just say, "Fuck it, let's just talk." As
After you've already had 3, you've already had 3, and you've hit the live
beer.
button.
Listen, the beer will be flowing on Sunday. I don't got to work the next day, so
see,
I'm good money. The AEW Women's World Championship is on the line. Timeless Toni Storm, the champion, is taking on Mia. I can't pronounce her last name.
That always happens to me with the Forbidden Door matches. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Listen.
Toni
I've been
Storm's
liking
winning
this
this moment, but yeah,
I like the storyline so far that they've been going back and forth, and them trying to get Mariah May, like who's gonna take her away from who type of thing.
Right.
It's funny.
Yo, I mean,
look, see, Robbie even says it too. Robbie's like, this card so far really doesn't make me want to watch this. Us UK folks need to stay up till all hours of for this.
Man, yeah. Robbie,
because it's gonna be nighttime for us, but it's gonna be daytime for you guys.
Wow.
But everybody says the same thing in the chat. Toni Storm, easy win.
Easy, they're saying easy.
Easy.
Well, at least we get to see Toni in her outfit. But yeah. So
everyone's in unison right here. Toni's winning. This shit is so, this card is so obvious that it hurts because everyone says the same shit. Oh, Toni's gonna win. It's okay.
I want to see what the buys are for this picture.
Mercedes is gonna win. Man, it's all right.
Yeah. See, so you see how this so I want to see what the buys are gonna be like.
Right.
Yeah, Jamal, I watched that too, the ups and downs on What a Culture, and only have you noticed that only recently has he started doing downs? I remember watching that show and he would never have a down on AEW. Whatever it is, up, and then now, there's a few downs in there. That's when I knew they were in trouble when he started putting downs on AEW.
Now here's a match. That may favor New Japan.
Okay.
And that's the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Jon Moxley, the champion, is taking on Naito.
Yeah.
This match has nothing to do with AEW. This match is basically a New Japan match that they're going to bring to the States. My money is on Naito. I think we can possibly get a new champion, and this is how they want to do it.
I'm going to agree with you. And maybe it might just be wishful thinking, like I said, because this is just a night I'm rooting for New Japan. I'm tired of them going to this show and being jobbed out. So this is this would give them an olive branch for all of the work that they work that they for real they put over AEW so much. So you can give them their damn title back. Give them their title back. Why am I seeing New Japan World title being defended on Dynamite? Come on, man. Give them their title back.
Jon Moxley. Moxley doesn't need that title.
No, and it should be a beat. He should whoop his ass. It should not be this. He curls him up or something and gets this lucky pin. No, he should beat the hell out of him.
So we're all rooting for Naito on this one.
Yeah, I bet our chat is going to be
except for Robbie. Robbie saying that Moxley's taking it.
Except for Robbie, okay.
Robbie's the only one.
But look at the emoji though. He's painfully picking because he just thinks that AEW's his thought is probably just thinking AEW is going to win every match. So Robbie, it'll be all right.
Robbie's the only one.
Yeah, it'll be all right, Robbie. I think he this time. Is there over under 10 seconds of Moxley starts bleeding?
He says 10 seconds. He says he's gonna bleed after 10 seconds.
All right, I'm going
Vicky's
a minute.
undecisive. She doesn't know.
I'm going to over under a minute that
Okay.
Moxley bleeds in this match.
I'd say 3 moves in, he's gonna be bloody.
3 moves in, okay.
3 moves in.
All right, so
3 spots. It's gonna be 3 spots and then blood. That's just it.
Okay, so that'll probably be 3 spots. That'll probably get you 2 minutes.
Right? 2 minutes.
Okay, so I say a minute. Robbie says 10 seconds. All right, so that's the bet. If I lose, I'll take a shot. All right,
Jamal's like one move, he's bleeding. That's it.
He's going 1 move, so that'll be in Robbie's. That'll be the 10 seconds.
Shit. We got Zack Sabre Jr. versus Orange Cassidy.
2 guys that damn near wrestle exactly alike.
Yep. I don't know. It's a little hard for me on this one. I'm gonna go Zack Sabre Jr. on this one.
Okay.
Because New Japan needs more wins than AEW. So because the card you hear the card is just like okay.
Just because I'm going Cassidy.
So
I just don't know
Cassidy.
I don't know if TK has it in him. Yeah, I don't know if TK has it in him. I mean, I wouldn't if Robbie's correct with Moxley retaining the title. That wouldn't surprise me, actually. So,
right?
Okay, I don't know if TK has it in him. I'm going Cassidy.
Everyone at Vicky's goes Cassidy too. Everyone's going. Robbie says freshly squeezed for me. So I'm the only one that's going for Zack.
That's who I want to win. Like I said.
Oh, okay. So me and Clown, we're the only 2.
Right, but I think Cassidy is going to actually win it.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next one. MJF has a match. Again, I cannot pronounce this person's name, but we all know that MJF is going to win.
I say MJF is going to win the match anyway. So yeah.
There's no way he's losing this match. We have the Owen Hart Cup tournament. Bryan Danielson taking on Shingo. I think that Bryan Danielson is going to win. They want to try and get him on the ride out because this is his last year wrestling. Because he's going to retire at the end of this year anyway. So he's just riding that wave of matches that he wants to do.
Right.
So I see him going into the Owen Hart tournament and winning. Yeah. Everyone's in agreement that MJF is winning because you're not going to bring him back for a match and then he's going to lose.
No. And then going with Bryan. Yeah. No, I again, it's TK's booking. I just can't. I can't see it. I can't see him having Bryan Danielson do a job. I mean, we had Sting win his do something very unusual and win his retirement.
Yeah, and that was something that you didn't even like.
No, it's not. That's not how it goes. So yeah. Bryan wins it.
Last match, the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho, Big Bill, and Brian Keefe taking on Samoa Joe, Hook, and Shibata. Just because the way they've been booking Chris Jericho, Chris Jericho's winning. The Learning Tree is winning this.
But this is another one I can go to the bathroom on. Chris Jericho's the other person that I turn the channel on usually. I would love Team Joe to win this, but I think I don't see again,
I don't see Chris. The way they've been booking Chris Jericho, Vicky's saying Samoa Joe, Jamal. I was about to call him Julian. Jamal is picking Team Joe.
Right.
Me, you. I guess we're going Chris Jericho. I'm going Chris Jericho.
That's what I'm saying. I don't trust I would love. I'm going to be rooting for Team Joe, but I just don't. I don't trust it. I don't trust the booking. Like it's just sad. I don't
Right.
trust the booking. So I think it's gonna be. I don't see Chris Jericho. I see Chris Jericho say, "No, I need to win this," and that doesn't work for me, brother. Kind of thing in the back. And someone please get Jericho off my television. Like, can we stop now?
You know what? I like Robbie's comment because that's exactly how I feel.
Right.
He's like, the learning tree is absolutely horrible, but I think they'll win. I was watching his promo yesterday, Chris saying hello everyone, and I turned it off.
That's what you're. I'm right with you. Right, I can't do it.
Yeah,
as soon as I
can't
see
do
him,
it. I did the same shit
him
too.
and the Bucks. I turn the channel. I can't do it. Like it's bad. It's that bad.
It's hard. It is bad.
And people keep they're heels. I'm like, you're not supposed to like heels. I'm like, no, I get that, but they should not want you to turn the channel. Yeah. Okay, Gunther's a heel. I don't turn the channel when he comes on.
Yeah, it's a difference when you don't like somebody and you still sit there and you boo them. It's another difference when you like, oh my god, you know what? I'm gonna see what commercials on right now, and I just changed the channel.
Right. Honky Tonk Man. I hated him when he was, he kept cheating to win the Intercontinental Championship matches, but I didn't turn the channel. Like it's like I can't stop watching. That's the way you're a heel. This is bullshit. Like it's like, damn, this is really bad stuff. But yeah, so
no, that's all the matches that we have for AEW Forbidden Door. I thought there would have been more.
Yep,
no Bucks.
Oh yeah, so Jack Perry really winning that match then. Bucks don't even have a match.
No Rainmaker.
Yeah,
in the pay-per-view.
Yeah, Jack Perry's winning like that now. Now I'm not just saying that to be facetious. Now I know Jack Perry's winning.
That's everything that we needed to talk about this week.
And then they're going to add 2 matches in the pre. Yeah, they will.
Yep. Oh, no. You're talking about 0 Hour.
Yep.
That's just going to have another additional 5 matches.
Yeah, it's going to be an episode of Dynamite. Yeah. Yep. For the pre-show.
Jamal's like 2 more matches are going to be added to that pre-show. No, if it was a WWE show, I would say 2 matches will be added. This is the 0 Hour that's on YouTube. That shit would at least have 5 matches in 1 hour.
You could do it, Robbie. But make sure you watch it somewhere where you don't pay $50 for it. But you can watch it. You'll be all right.
Oh, see, the Lucha Bros is on the pre-show.
Oh, see. There we go.
So look at that.
So that's one. So there's one match right there.
Holy shit.
Yeah, there's going to be there'll be one more.
I'm sure Daniel Garcia is going to be a part of the pre-show. Watch.
Another guy getting shoved down his road.
The Acclaimed is going to be on the pre-show. Or at least the Gun Club.
Oh God.
I'm still wondering why they're holding all the tag team titles.
Right. All the 6-man titles.
Unbelievable.
Like nobody, like they're getting like when they come out, nobody. It's dead quiet when they come out.
They used to get a really big pop, but now they don't even get shit.
No, because they
get half of that.
Yep. People still love the Acclaim. Like they should.
I mean, it is half of a stadium. Still a small portion of it. So,
well, this should be a good house,
though. Jamal's like, wait, Leo Rush is still wrestling? He goes, he thought he retired 3 years ago. Yeah, he retires and he comes back. Then he retires again. Oh no, Soraya's not wrestling. She kind of just comes out.
She should not be. Yeah,
she comes out here and there. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that's not on this card. Willow's not on this card. What's her name?
Usual suspects.
Statlander is not on this card.
Usual suspects are not on the card.
Like, Mariah May is not wrestling on this card. We still haven't seen Britt Baker. Like, it's just a lot. It's a lot. There's a lot of people missing from this that should be on these cards, but they're not.
And wait,
Unfortunately.
and then is that true? What Clown's saying there?
Really? I didn't see that. I gotta hold on. I gotta look this up
In
now.
which the Young Bucks are going to win that if that's if that's a real if that's really a match that's the Young Bucks win that. We'll see that weak ass finisher right at the end.
Okay. I got an updated card here. All right, we talked about the AEW World Championship,
Yep.
the IWGP, the TNT, TBS, Women's Championship, Owen Hart Cup, first round match. Chris Jericho. Oh yeah, no, the Young Bucks are on this card. Oh shit! And so is Chris Statlander. So we were missing the one that we went over was an old card. They
Okay.
updated the card, so Chris Statlander and Willow are going to be in a match for the 0 hour.
Okay. So yeah, so like you said, 0 hour about to be
Yep.
popping. It's gonna be an episode of Dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's saying Mariah May and Saraya. Did you see that?
They're not doing anything too. No.
Okay. So no. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't see that on that updated card.
And okay, so the Bucks are winning that match.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Statlander's going to end up winning her match too against Willow.
And then Vicky, just to answer your question, like, so all of the people that we were starting to get a real interest in when they were just before all these free agents came in. And we were people like Britt Baker and all like the people that were on the roster when she was the world champion. We were starting to get an interest for them. And then as soon as he started signing all these people, they all got shoved down the card into their in catering. With no mention of them, no, we haven't seen Britt Baker in just a random match somewhere, like just a random match on Dynamite or all the 3 shows that you have. So that so that's sad. It is sad. It is sad that you have all these wrestlers that in my opinion, were doing just fine before all of these other wrestlers came in. And they just got pushed right into catering. And then the ratings are not even. It'll be one thing if they're doing 2 million after they signed all these people, and now you got 2 people watching, but that's not even the case.
Fightful reports that Mariah May versus Syria is another 0 hour match. Apparently, really.
Okay. And then what about? Okay. And then what about the women's side of the Owen Hart Cup?
This was the first round of matches, so they haven't even. They didn't announce a women's match for that one, unless that's going to be a part of that. Mariah May and Saraya.
Oh, jeez. So you mean to tell me? So let me get this right. They have a tournament that's going like that. So the tournament is supposed to finish at Forbidden Door.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know what's going on with the tournament, and this is on Sunday.
See, look at that. There goes the 5 matches for 0 hour. Yeah, you're right. I told you. Fuck, I knew it.
We might get the whole tournament in 0 hour.
I think part of it is going to end at Wembley anyway. They're going to stretch this Owen Hart shit anyway. So, because remember, the winners get title matches at Wembley,
right?
So they're going to stretch it.
So, wait. So you're telling me so you're saying the Mariah May and Saraya match is the Owen Hart Cup match?
You know what? Let me look. Hold on. I gotta look this
because if Saraya wins it and gets another title match at Wembley, I don't. Please don't tell me anything else about Tony Khan's booking.
This is.
And they wonder why people don't want. Like, this should be clear. This should be clear. Like, so. Oh.
I'm trying to see if I could get a full bracket of this. I'm trying to get this off my phone so we can like.
Right. Folks, please, like LA people, please join me at the like I'm gonna need help. All right, my boy Leonard's already gonna be there. He's a listener. He usually meets me there, but come help us out. Come help me through this.
Yeah, this was old.
Yep. And so going with what you're saying there, Robbie, the only thing that scares us, like the only thing is that every time she wrestle, I am scared because she for real is not supposed to be taking bumps. And even so, when you watch her matches that she's had in AEW, she takes very few. And it's taken a lot away from what she was. So with that being in mind, I'm like, why? Like, she should be a manager. Like, stop, putting her in the ring and something I'm supposed to take seriously because I know this, and that's the only thing about seeing her wrestle. Yeah, I'm in her corner. I don't have anything against her as a person and all that, but it's just her being in the ring. She should not be wrestling. She should not be wrestling.
For whatever reason, I can't find.
Well, you see what I mean? It should not be this difficult for you to find it.
Okay,
yeah, same with
so let's
Clown.
see. Claudio versus Pac.
Mm-hmm.
Danielson versus Shingo. Let's see. Jarrett versus a wild card. Ray Phoenix versus Jay White is for the men's. For the women, it's Willow versus Serena D.
Mm-hmm.
Nyla Rose versus Chris Statlander. Shit. Mariah May versus Saraya. And Deonna Purrazzo versus Sheeta.
So all these matches are going on.
They're just gonna sporadically put them in. So Mariah May and Saraya 0 hour.
Okay.
That's the only one that's starting it off.
So this bad boy's gonna be like 4 or 5 hours. Like the whole show together. The 0 hour.
Yeah, but they're only doing one. They're only doing 2 matches for the Owen Hart Cup at this pay-per-view. They're not doing all of them.
So the other matches take place when?
Dynamite and Collision.
Okay. Still 0 hour is packed.
Yeah.
0 hour is packed. So like you said, this is gonna be 1, 2 in the morning for you.
It's a lot.
Between Rampage and Collision.
Well, that's AEW for you.
And you had to dig to find that. You had to dig.
Yeah, it took me a minute because I was like,
hold
on, let me type it. Because I typed
like,
in like Owen Hart Cup. They were talking about the previous winners and all the nonsense. And then I'm like, all right, let's go into the other thing. And I'm like, finally, I just had to type like bracket. And I went through Fightful, and Fightful gave me like the whole listing of everything that I needed to know.
Ken, that like especially for like I really feel for people on the East Coast for AEW pay-per-views. It does seem like I do, to answer your question, yeah, I do think they're a bit long. Some matches need to be a squash. Like, that's just how pay-per-views work. Everybody everybody's matches can't be 15 minutes. It's too long. It's too much. Everybody can't have a 60-minute match. Some of you like somebody's getting squashed tonight. Like that's how the card works. That's so you can send people home at a decent time.
Shit, Clown was like, it's a 6-hour pay-per-view.
Yep.
Yeah, 2-hour pre-show with a 4-hour main card.
So imagine like going to this and getting to the main event 6 hours later, and you've been hollering for 6 hours.
I remember when it was like here in New York when we did Dynamite, and we went to Arthur Ashe Stadium. I didn't get home until about 2 a.m.
Woo.
And I was only 20 minutes away from my house.
So that was truly the card. That was that long. My man said it's going to be like a whole WrestleMania weekend one night for them.
I'm telling you, because you look at it, their card is so long that you'd be like, okay, what else am I going to, like, what else can you pack in there? By the time you look, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. And then they do the scrum right after. So I feel bad for anybody who's like a content creator that gets invited backstage, or like the journalists and all that other stuff. It's just like, bro, you're not leaving out of there until at least 3 a.m.
Kenny, you going to SmackDown?
No, I'm not going to SmackDown tomorrow. I have some stuff I need to take care of tomorrow night.
Oh snap! Probably, yeah. You might as well just sleep during the day.
Yep.
You got the night shift.
Yeah,
you're gonna see the sun come up at the end of the AEW pay-per-view. Oh man!
Listen, to watch that at 1 o'clock in the morning, that's New Japan hours.
Oh my goodness.
Devin, the tribal chief. What's up, Devin?
Look at him.
Put the ones up.
Yeah, he's got the ones up all over. We were talking about Jacob if you weren't here earlier.
But yeah, I mean, let's get into some shout outs to close out the show here.
All right.
Again, shout out to the Knuckleheads Network. You can catch them. You can catch all of us every single day, Monday through Saturday, except for Sundays. 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 12 o'clock, all the way to midnight. Knuckleheads, we have shows for everything: relationships, real life advice, wrestling, sports, movies, comic books, more wrestling. We give you like a sprinkle of everything. Another shout out to the Fake Cave podcast. If you join their Patreon for $1 a month, that gives you access to their Facebook group. And there's a lot of people that access that Facebook group every single week. You can find people who are buying and selling and trading action figures and all types of stuff in this group. You can get to know a handful of people. It's about 500 to 600 members in this page, and everyone has a good time. If you are a heavy action figure collector of all types, this is one of the best pages you could possibly go to, because all you have to do is just put a picture out there and say, hey, if anybody could find this, let me know. I'm PayPal or Venmo ready, or Zelle, whatever it is you want to use to pay. Someone's going to go out there and find it for you. Anything you need to say, DJ? Look like you wanted to say something real quick about it, so I was just like, hold on, let me be quiet.
No, go ahead and I'm just reading the chats going on as you're
all right
giving the shout outs.
Shout outs to the Jobbeteers podcast, the Dumb Marks podcast, our sponsors, SeatGeek and Ringside Collectibles. Shout outs to Battle Club Pro. Again, if you're looking for another action figures, I know I went through the sponsors really quickly here, but SeatGeek, if you guys are new to SeatGeek and you're looking to go to a Broadway show, a concert, an AEW pay-per-view, a WWE pay-per-view, use the code word to call up. That's going to save you $20. Send us a screenshot of your purchase, and we'll definitely send something out to you. And like to send people like stickers and stuff like that we have here, just to show like support to the show. Ringside Collectibles, your number one source for action figures. If you don't want to join the Fig Cave, you can obviously go to Ringside Collectibles. They're always updating their stock every single day. There's new stuff that's going in there weekly. And there's always have like big sales going on. Don't forget to like lock into their 4th of July sale. When you do that, use the code word to call up again. That's going to save you 10% off your purchase, which is great because that would help you gain even more action figures that they have there. Because you can find action figures on Ringside Collectibles for like $2. I've seen it. I've done it.
Especially for the 4th of July sale, they go crazy because they're trying to empty that they have such a big warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
And then go to the damage packaging. I mean, not even figure, damage packaging. And sometimes I'll order the damage pack. I'm like, this was a damage pack.
It could be like a little dent.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, okay. But remember, there's a lot of people who collect mint on card action figures. So they're like, I don't want this. Like,
right.
So then they'll put it in the damage section and they'll sell it for like $5 off or whatever. And that'll be it. Clowns like Daminator stickers. Send me your info on Instagram and then I'll shoot one over to you. Anything else you want to say before we close out? I got one more shout out, but I want you to get some stuff in there because I've been talking like crazy here.
Well, let's see. So yeah, just like shout out to our folks again that show up every week. Y'all keep the show going.
Mm-hmm.
Like we just lay out the stuff to talk about, but if we just sat here and talked to ourselves, 30-minute show, the piece we're out of here. So you guys showed up and show out again. Robbie went to bed now. It was 5 in the morning for Robbie. And this man still stayed up and was going at it with. Yep, you know what I mean? All my LA folks, I was not kidding when I said I will, for the pay-per-view, I will be at the Dave & Buster's in Torrance at the Lama Mall. One of our listeners, Leonard, comes every time, and we sit there and holler at the screen and drink beer and eat pizza. So come on down. Of course, like you said, the Fit Cave, our brother show, always going at it. They have what they go on Wednesdays, we go on Thursdays, and then what else here? And then we have Barrios Toys up there up north. They always got the good meet and greets. Stockton Con coming up. I will be there as well. Stockton Con, July 13th. Stings. Kevin Nash will be there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what's his name? Not Zack Ryder, but
Matt Cardona.
Matt Cardona will be there. Amongst others will be so I'll be there. If you see me, come say what's up. So just we done did it again. We done another week
in the books.
Yep.
Guys, enjoy Forbidden Door. Enjoy Friday Night SmackDown.
Yep.
Join us next week. We will be here. We will be talking all things wrestling in the IWC. But guys, until next time, be easy and have a great 4th of July because that's the next time we'll see you guys. So we'll get the fireworks going, get the barbecue, you know what I mean? Get the burgers, get the hot dogs, get the beers.
That's deep. The neck, dang! That just hit me. Like, wow, that's true.
Yeah. And don't forget to join me Sunday on the Instagram for Mercedes match. I will be going live. I'm not bullshitting you. So please, I'm already going to be 3 beers in and a shot. You don't want to miss this. If you are on Instagram and you want to jump on just to talk shit really quickly, I will be accepting all requests. It's going to be fun. Trust me, you don't